Hi guys, my name is Mike Adewale. Welcome to Liberty Music. Today I would like to walk you through the concept of music notes and value. So we're going to be talking about the difference between the music notes, the music notes categories, which of this music, how to identify the biggest music note or the longest and the shortest music note. As a beginner, how do you recognize that this particular note is the longest and this is the smallest? So within a few minutes, I'm going to review to you signs and what to see in order to know that, this is the biggest and this is the smallest. So, but before we go into all of these details, I would like to define what music note is. So I'll say music notes are sets of music symbols. Music notes are sets of music symbols that are used to represent the duration of time or of sound. Duration of sound. Let me note that music notes are used to represent the duration of sound. So this speaks to the length. That's the length. That's how long. So music notes are sets of music symbols that are used to represent the duration of sound within a given time. So note this: within a given time or meter. So within a given time or meter. So music notes are used to represent how long. If I say pa and if I say pa, so there are specific music notes that represent the duration of sound within a specific meter or time. And when all these music notes are put together, they in turn now give us what we call rhythm. So when we combine different music notes like pam 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 pam, see, I just produce different music notes value. So when I put all this together, when I integrate all of these, they become rhythm. Okay, so today we're going to talk about what are the things. The first thing we want to look at is music note hierarchy. How do you identify music note hierarchy? That is, which of these notes is the biggest and which is the smallest. So let me draw random music notes here. So we have a music note that look like this. Okay, then we have another music note that look like this. You see that? We have another music note that look like this. We have a music note that look like this. You see that? Then there is another music note that look like this. So there are many more. There are others, but let me just stick to this. So these are few music notes. So as a beginner looking at these different shapes, how do you recognize that, this is the biggest and this is which of this is the biggest or the smallest? So there is one clue to this, and that is what we are going to be examining in this class. So can I rub off the board? Okay, so we have, don't forget, music notes talked about the duration of sound, which speak to the length, and it has to be within a given time or meter, which talked about the time signature. So we're going to talk about that in the future. So I want to wrap this off. So we're going to be talking about music note hierarchy, the hierarchy of music notes. So how do you know which of these music notes is the biggest or the longest, and which is the smallest? So let me put it there. Note hierarchy. So music note hierarchy, music note hierarchy, and oh sorry, I missed R. Okay, I hope I'm correct. Okay, so music note hierarchy. So in order to understand music note hierarchy in terms of the length and which is longer and which is shorter, there are a few things, or let me just say there is one thing you need to pay attention to, and that is the number of steps you have to engage in order to produce or construct that music note. How many steps does it involve to create particular music note? So the shorter the step, the bigger the note. The more the step, the smaller the note. So the concept is like having making a thick tea. So the more you add water, the lesser the tea, the quality of the tea. It becomes watery and less in value. So if I can use that word. So when you make a tea and you pour more water, it becomes lighter and the quality of that tea reduces. So the same thing to music notes. So the more parts you add to the music note, the more the steps you have to go through in order to create a music note will determine whether the note is bigger or smaller. So if you have to go through one step, that's the biggest. If it is 2 steps, then it begins to get smaller. So the number of steps determine whether the note is bigger or smaller. So now let's cross-examine certain things. Now I drew a couple of music notes here, so I'm going to start with one. So look at this. This is a music note. How many steps does this take? It takes me just one step. Another music note is this. 1. How many steps does this take? That's 2 steps. Then the next one is this. 1, 2, sorry. Then I have to shade. That's 3 steps. Then followed by 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 steps, and it keeps going on and on and on and on. So from this illustration, what we have here shows that this is the biggest. This note is the biggest, and the more parts you add, reduces the next note by half, which means if this were to be 10, it means this is going to be 5. That's what it means. So by half. If this were to be 2, it means this is going to be 1. That's what it means. That is, this is half of this. This is half of this. This is half of this. So if we begin to check how many of these notes we have in the bigger version, it means that since this is 2, we have 2 of this in this and 2 of this in this. Definitely we have 4 of these. In this, we begin to compare the different music notes. Okay, so this is the way to know which of the notes is, in case this is your first time coming across the music note. The first thing you need to examine is how many steps does it involve to create a music note. So the one that involves 1 step is the biggest. The one which involves 2 steps is next in rank, and then one involves 3 steps will be the third in rank. Okay, and that is how it goes on and on and on and on and on. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is music note categorization. Music notes categorization. Music notes categorization. So we have note categories. Note categories. So this has to do, note categories has to do with the different categories. The notes have, music notes are categorized into three classes. This is a unique topic that I have not really seen it being taught, or let me say, attention has not been placed on this particular topic, which has really caused most music students who want to learn about music notes not to really understand how music notes works, or their value, how they relate with one another. So the best thing for you to understand music note relationship is for you to understand this topic I called notes category. So music notes category is divided into 3 classes. So we have the head, we have the head only. So there are music notes that fall within the class of head only. An example of that is this note. It has only head. Then the next music note class is the stem. That's the music note with body. So we have stem notes, Why we call this stem note is that is its uniqueness. It is different from these because of the stem. It also has the head, but it has a body which we call stem. So, and there are 2 of them in this category. So we have this other one as well. You see, these are stem notes. So this is different from this. Stem note is different from this. It has head and also a stem. And then the final category is the tail notes. Tail notes. So the tail note, its uniqueness is the tail. It has head, the body, which is the stem, and tail. So, and there are a couple of them. So we have the single tail, we have the double tail, we have the triple tail, and on all the way to the quadruple tail. It has 4 tails and all of that. In this head category, there is another note called, because there's another note that exists but it's no longer in use. It's not popular in this day's music, but it used to exist in the ancient kind of music. So we call that the breve. So it looks like the semi-breve note. They are the same, but it has a stroke on both sides, which could be single or probably double. So this is a brief. There's a brief. So this note falls under the head only. This is the stem and this is the tail note. Now if you look at this helps us to also understand, it also helps us to understand the music note rank. It helps us to understand the rank of the music notes that we treated before this. That's talking about the music note hierarchy. So we can see that the head only, then followed by this is the biggest rank, followed by the stem, and followed by this. So if you look at this stem note, which of these stem notes is bigger? Here you only have to draw the head and the body, 2 steps. So we have this. Here you draw the head, the stem, and you shade the head, 3 steps, which means this is bigger than this. This is smaller. And when you do the same thing with this, you notice that this is the biggest, followed by this, followed by this. Okay, let me number it. This is number 1, 2, 3 in terms of, but based on the class, the first class, which is head only, is bigger than the stem, and the stem is bigger than the tail note. So this is how to identify your music notes, and also to understand which of them, in case this is your first time, you can just look at this video. By watching this video, you will see how the different music note hierarchy are explained. So you can tell by the number of steps that you engage in constructing or drawing a music note tells you the value of that music note. I hope you get some value from this video and from this class. So if you get value, kindly like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Goodbye till we meet again in our next class. Bye.